Do I have sharing rights? I have.
Yes, you are co-host.
Okay.
वैसे बैठे हैं यार सब बैठो कुर्सी में टाइम बैठो मतलब ये क्या है टॉपिक?
Yes, you are co-host.
Done.
Starting now.
Okay.
Yes.
Please start. I'm ready.
Hello and welcome to the NVezion 39th meeting. I welcome you all in our special meet today. We are doing workshop with Smita Kotkar. Our vision statement in Toastmaster, we provide a supportive and positive learning experience in which members are empowered to develop communication and leadership skills, resulting in greater self-confidence and personal growth. Now I'd like to state few guidelines that I want all of you to adhere to. In Toastmaster, we avoid speaking anything about religion, caste, sex, and politics that can hurt any sentiments of the audiences. Do not interject the speaker in between their speeches. Don't have conversation in chat box publicly while the speaker is speaking. Avoid any background noises if you are unmuted to carry on the session uninterruptedly. Know when your camera is on and avoid doing anything else during that time as it becomes quite unprofessional. With this, I would like any of our guests, if they want to come forward and introduce themselves. Osama, can you please introduce yourself?
Yes, I'm working in firefighting, and my full name is Osama Khan. So I would like to, involved in the conversation. But first, can you just little explain me, about the topic? Yes.
Yes, we will explain all about it. We will explain everything about the club and about the topic. And I would appreciate if you will involve in the activities. I'm sure you are going to enjoy the workshop is with full of entertainment and a lot of learnings. Thank you so much for joining in. Stay tuned with us. Shubham, can we have your quick introduction, please? And how did you know about us?
Actually, one of my friend told me about this, and he told me to join this. So that's why I'm here. So first, if I will know about these sessions, that will be better for me.
Great. Now moving forward to Shubham. Shubham, can we hear something from you? You are on mute.
Yeah, sorry. So hello everyone. My name is Shubham Agarwal. I currently reside in Lucknow, and I heard about many of my friends. They have already joined Toastmasters International, and I've heard quite a lot about it. So I just wanted to have a go in a platform where public speaking can help. Public speaking can help me in my future endeavors, and also feedback on how to improve myself during presentations. And how can I present myself to others? So it will be quite helpful for me.
Thank you so much for joining in, Shubham, and we look forward to seeing you more in our meetings. Thank you so much for joining. Stay tuned with us and enjoy the meeting. Involve yourself in the talk, discussion, etc. I'm sure you are going to enjoy and learn a lot with us.
Yeah, thank you.
I can see our most beautiful Seema Agarwalji is in the meeting. Long time. Ma'am, can we hear something from you?
Yeah, hello Toastmaster Fazal. I'm lucky to got this meeting link from you only. And luckily today I was free. So just I opened my, I checked my WhatsApp and I saw your Zoom meet link. So I thought of joining. That's all about.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Highly appreciated. Stay tuned with us, and as you know, our Smita ma'am, she is going to have some activities and a lot of fun and learning. Can we hear something from Jayati Datta? Ma'am, can we?
Hi.
Hello,
Actually,
hello, ma'am.
actually, Toastmaster Smita Kotkar is the reason why I'm here, because
Great.
she was in our club a few days back as our general evaluator, and she did a splendid job. I was like bowled over with all her, the way she handled it, so much to learn from her. So I just thought that I'll get into this meeting and see what she has in store for us.
Great, great. Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you so much for joining in. And we all are learning from her. She is inspiration for us. Thank you so much for joining in. Stay tuned, and your valuable feedback is much appreciated at the end of the meeting. Can we hear something from Chandni Kapoor? Can we have an introduction and how did you came to know about us?
Hi, a very good evening to everyone. This is Chandni here. Hey, Smita. So as Jayati said, I'm also here for Smita because she's a good friend and we are in a kind of a similar space with EI facilitation. And so it's been a long time I've heard from her. So I thought I'll hear her speak. And, she's very good with language. I keep telling her that. And she puts across things so beautifully. And I'm just here to, enjoy that that beautiful language and the concepts that she's going to kind of tell us about. So yeah, thank you so much.
Smita ma'am has huge popularity and whenever she is going to have any session, any workshop, I can see there are a lot of Smita fan here in the meet. Thank you so much, ma'am, for joining in. Stay tuned with us. And I hope you will enjoy your valuable feedback at the end of the meeting is much appreciated. Our very amazing friend Suhan Abdul Munaf is in the meet. Suhan, thank you for joining. Can we hear something about you? And I will not ask how did you know about us.
Hello there, everyone.
Hi.
Okay, I have got the invite through you actually, through Syed Faisal. So yeah, I thought I'll just be here for some time. Actually, I just finished my iftar break and thought I'll just be here for 5-10 minutes and then inshallah see you later.
Great, great. Thank you so much, Suhan, for joining in. Today's session is very amazing and very entertaining and interesting session, we can say, because Smita ma'am is going to present some workshop about gratitude and etc. Thank you so much for joining in. For us, it is very difficult, I can understand, because the timing of the club is just immediately or after the breakfast of our iftar, that fast we used to observe. It is just after the break of the fast. Thank you so much for joining, Suhan. Before I hand over the virtual stage to our Toastmaster Smita, let me tell you about our club. Our club is a specialty club which focuses on entrepreneurial stuff. That's why we are doing our meeting in a different manner also. It is not similar to other Toastmasters club where you can see the segments where we have prepared speeches and table topics and evaluation, etc. Today we have workshop sessions. Our meeting segment is divided into 4 weeks. First week, we used to have a speech marathon. On that day, all the prepared speakers come and they deliver their speeches according to their pathways, etc. And they will have evaluators. And on that day, we can say we follow the regular Toastmaster format. In the second week, we used to have keynote speeches where we bring influencer and industry experts to deliver 15 to 20 minutes speeches so that we can get benefited from their experiences and understand what is happening around the globe. And in the third week, we have workshops. In workshops, in our club or guests or from anywhere, industry experts or any professionals, they used to come and present what they know better, and they teach us how to do it better. So that is the third week. We are going to have workshop. In the fourth week, we used to have presentation. Our members, guests, and anybody can come forward and present their presentation skill in PowerPoint or any business idea, marketing idea, or anything. So this is how we have divided our meetings into this four special structure. Today we are going to have very amazing workshop from our Smita Kotkar. She is an emotional intelligence trainer and facilitator. She is amazing, eloquent speaker, and we are going to learn a lot. I will not speak much now, handing over the virtual stage to Toastmaster Smita Kotkar. Let's have a huge round of applause for us.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Syed Faisal Zaidi. Welcome everyone to our first workshop. Our first workshop of NVezion Toastmasters Club, where this workshop is part of the new format that we are going to be following, that Toastmaster Faisal has already spoken about. Okay. Now, before I actually start with the workshop, a kind request to everyone to please switch on their cameras. Why? Because if it was just a talk thing, then you could easily keep your cameras off. But this one is all about interacting. It's a workshop, right? Where I will be saying something and you will also be answering, and you will be saying something and I'll be listening, and vice versa. All of us will be participating. So thank you so much, Chandni. Thank you, Shubham. Thank you, Jayati. And thank you, Osama, for switching on your cameras. Now that takes, I think we all, this calls for a nice, good picture, Toastmaster Faisal. We can easily take before our lipsticks wear out. Right, so might as well take beforehand. Okay, great. So I'm sure you're clicking pictures, and let's begin. Now, before I begin the workshop, before I actually speak about the power of the grateful heart, what my workshop today is all about, I would like you all to rename yourself. Now, how will you rename yourself? Tell me, how are you feeling right now? And now let's unmute ourselves. Okay, can we all unmute ourselves? Yes. Wonderful. And just raise your hands. Let's have a small thing. Either raise our hands like this or raise our virtual hands and answer the questions, right? So Toastmaster Seema, how are you feeling right now?
Energetic.
Energetic. Wonderful. Osama?
A little nervous first time, actually.
A little nervous. Okay, that's all right. That's okay. Jayati, perfectly okay. Jayati, how are you feeling right now?
A little out of breath and sweating a lot.
I understand. You've just been coming back from your walk, and I'm so glad you could actually make it back. Hi, Chandni. I'm glad you're here. So, how are you feeling right now?
I'm very excited.
Oh, great.
Looking forward.
Cool. Okay, lovely. Shubham, did I ask you? No, I did
No,
not.
not yet. Not yet.
Not yet. How are you feeling right now?
Yeah, since it's my first time joining a public speaking platform, I'm feeling a little excited.
Okay, so we have a lot of people who are feeling excited, right? But I would request you all to find a feeling word starting with the first letter of your name. Okay, and rename yourself with that word underscore your name. For instance, I'm Smita, my first letter of my name is S. And let's say if I were to answer, how was I feeling right now? I am feeling quite settled. So let me rename myself as, we all have this, let's say we all have this facility to do that. And let me rename myself as Settled Smita. Did you see that? So I would like you all to think of an emotion word beginning with the first letter of your name. And Joy Jayati. Wonderful. Toastmaster Seema, I would request you also to rename yourself with an emotion word starting with the first letter of your name. Curious Chandni. Awesome. Master Syed, we're waiting for you. Shubham, we are waiting for you. Osama, we are waiting for you. Think of a feeling word beginning with the first letter of your name. Do you want some help with feeling words? Should I show you something?
What do you think?
Okay. Think of something till the time. Let me try and get hold of some feeling to help you. Okay. Toastmaster Faisal, would you be able to help me with the presentation?
Yes, sure.
The second slide, I think, is the one where I have kept all the feeling words. Nostalgic Nafis. Hello, Nostalgic Nafis. I like that. How do you do? So, Osama, have you only renamed yourself as that?
No, my last name is Osama Nafis. Actually.
Your last name is? Okay.
I put it.
Wonderful. Nostalgic Nafis. So I have a collection of feeling words for you. You can take the help from here also if you feel like, or you can think of something else. So I'm sure you will find something to do that. Okay. And now what I have for you is this. I want a volunteer. I will not tell you, okay, I'll tell you what to do. What we will do is, I will give you a topic to speak on. Okay. And you will have to speak for the topic. And the moment I say change, even if you're in the middle of a sentence, you will have to immediately change into speaking against the topic. For instance, if I start talking about, let's say, I love my family, and I'm going, oh, I love my family so much. They are a bunch of nerds and they are a bunch of funny people. And then suddenly I say change. I said, oh, I absolutely hate my family. I don't know why I was born here. Something like that. You will have to immediately change. Okay. So who would like to volunteer? They're very simple topics and you would love them. And remember one thing, whatever begins, oh, we are live on YouTube, yes. But still, nevertheless, we are not here judging. We are going to have some fun here. Okay. Soothing Shubham. I'm glad you picked that up. Wonderful. Seema, we are waiting for you to pick up emotions.
Actually, I'm not able to rename my...
Should I do that for you? Should I do that for
Sentimental
you?
Seema.
Sentimental Seema. Faisalji, will you be able to help her? Okay, done. So she will be sentimental Seema. So who would like to go in with the first topic? We will have only 2 topics because I have 3 activities after that. Who would like to go in with the first topic? Raise hands, please. Faisalji, would you like to go in with the first topic? Good.
Yes.
Your topic is for which you have to speak for the motion. And the moment I say change, you have to start speaking against it. Maggie is my favorite snack. Your topic is Maggie is my favorite snack, and you have to start speaking for the topic. Please.
Maggie is indeed my favorite snack, but I don't know how people they make it in 2 minutes. It never happens with me. I could make it in 2 minutes. I usually take 10 minutes, 15 minutes because I love doing Maggie with a lot of stuff. I hate Maggie. What is Maggie? Just a noodle, and sometimes I'm afraid of eating that Maggie. What impact? No, Maggie is a snack that is the savior of all the bachelors in the world. And if Maggie wouldn't invent it, what they call it?
Out of words.
Can we have a round of applause for Faisalji, please? You did it absolutely brilliantly. Thank you so much, Faisalji. Okay. Who else? Who's the second volunteer now? So now you know the topics are amazing. Okay, great. So sentimental Seema, your topic is this. Monsoons and romance are 2 sides of the same coin. Monsoons and romance are 2 sides of the same coin, and you have to speak for it. That means you love it. Okay, please start.
Yeah, I totally agree that monsoon and romance are the one thing, because I deeply in love with monsoons. I always like this rainy season, and whenever rainy season comes, I love to listen music. I love to dance. oh, how can I like this rainy season? Always tip, 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 pani, and then slush, and I don't know why people love this season. Why they say, "Wow, rain! It's so in wow rain." Whenever I see the rain, I feel like dancing. I feel like fairy.
Change.
I feel like, oh, I hate rain. Why it comes? Why always there is so many everywhere there is water, 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 and my white clothes always get dirty because of rain. So I
Wonderful.
really hate rain. What else I
Wonderful.
can say?
Thank you so much, sentimental Seema. Thank you so much. Can we have a round of applause for her, please?
Thank
Okay.
you.
So did you like this activity? Do you want one more topic? Would somebody like to try it? Should I go in for one more? Jayati. Joy Jayati. Okay. The topic is, since I know you just came back from a walk, the topic is I breathe, sleep, and live exercise. I
I'm
breathe.
sorry, there's a lot of background noise somewhere. I can't hear you.
May I request others to mute for a little while? Okay, thank you. I breathe, sleep, and live exercise.
Let's speak for the topic now.
Yes, you have to speak for the topic.
I love doing my yoga in the morning because it gives me that fresh feeling of inhale, exhale, and then meditating. And then it gives me that fresh kind of boost which pushes me in the morning for my morning activities. I hate exercising. I hate it. It's such a boring thing. Every day you get up at the same time, even if you don't want to, you haven't had a proper sleep, but you have to get up at that. Exercises, my God, it keeps all your parameters in place. All your chemical changes in the body are in the correct direction. So exercises, my God, it has to be. Oh God, I have to go in for exercise tomorrow. I have to set my alarm for 5:30. This is not done. I need to sleep. Oh my God. And my exercise clothes, I think tomorrow I'll make an excuse that those clothes are gone for wash. So I won't go in for exercising tomorrow. Oh, how lovely. I'm feeling great right now.
Thank you. Thank you, George. I think can we have a round of applause for her, please? A big round of applause for all our speakers. Wonderful. Now, who would like to tell me what happened out here? What did we just do? What happened?
We spoke our minds. Whatever came to our minds, we spoke it. First thought in our mind.
The first thought in our mind. And in both the cases, right? Okay. So when you were speaking, let's say you started speaking for the motion, or let's say for the topic, right? What was going through in your mind? Did you feel something at that? Let's say you were speaking about exercise and you spoke about, oh, yoga, how I love yoga. So did it, let's say, did it spark a feeling inside you towards that topic?
Yes, it did. Yes.
It did. For exercise.
It gave me all positive vibes when I was speaking for it.
For it, okay. And then when you had to suddenly switch over to speaking against it, then what happened?
My laziness kind of took over my emotions and my words. So I just thought that is what I am. I had to pluck myself from that laziness and push myself towards this. So that is what.
So did you feel a change in your emotions also while speaking when you were thinking for something at one point of time, and then when you were speaking against it, did you experience a change in emotions?
Oh, yes, I did.
You did, right? Exactly. As somebody else, what about Seema? Did you also experience that change in emotion when you had to speak about, oh, romance and monsoons and when you had to think about my clothes getting dirty? So did you actually experience something, a change also with your thought?
Actually, this was like something what I liked the most. I found that topic, so I was very happy when you gave me that topic. And suddenly, when I had to change that, so I thought, why should I do this? But because of this activity, I had to do so. I did so. I said all the things. in fact, I was not willing to say, because I love my white clothes. I always love to wear white clothes, and I don't see my white clothes getting dirty because of anything. But I had to speak, and I spoke in that way. So positive, negative was quite difficult for me to say both the things at the same time.
At the same time, okay. But when you started speaking, now that you've already told us that, you actually love your white clothes so much and you don't like to get them dirty. But then when you began speaking about the wonderful things that romance and monsoons together bring in. So did you flow along with those thoughts? Did your emotions also flow along with it?
Yes, very much.
You did, you also. So that is what I actually want to bring about as a prelude to my topic, which is that our thoughts alter our feelings. When you started thinking, your thoughts started you thinking about how wonderful romance and monsoons are together, that time your emotions actually played along with it. And then another time when you started thinking that no, I cannot absolutely think of monsoons and what romance, what nonsense is it? My clothes are more important to me. And that time when you started doing it, your mind played along with it and your emotions followed, right? So this is what I would like to tell you, that our thoughts, they alter our feelings. And along with it goes the intensities of a feeling that may end up in different actions. Okay, let me just share a screen. So I'm very poor with all this. So Faisal ji, please come to my rescue. Please share the screen, the third slide, I think, which has about thoughts, feelings, and emotions. If I could just show it to my audience. That, how is it? Let's say the intensities also depend on the kind of thoughts that I'm feeling. For instance, if I'm feeling happy, then sometimes I may smile. But if I'm excited, I may laugh. So depending on the intensity of my emotion, the excitement and my happiness or being happy, they all come under the umbrella of joy, the same feeling with varied intensities. Varied intensities also lead to different kinds of actions, different ones. Faisal, the second or the third slide, I think it is, right? The third one. I'll request you. Yes, this one.
This one?
Our thoughts, feelings, and actions are all interrelated, right? Then once you have understood and once you've experienced it yourself through the exercise that we did, now I would like to come and speak to you about the power of a grateful heart. Okay. The first question that arises then is, can you all see me? Even though the screen is there, because I want the screen to stay, right? Can you all see me? Okay, good. The first question that arises is, why should one be grateful? These days, every second WhatsApp message or a Facebook post is about being grateful. One should be happy with what you have. One should be thankful. Now, why do we actually need to be thankful? Why should I be grateful for what I have? And the story goes that there was a man who wanted new shoes till the time he saw another one with no feet. And then he got his answer for why he should be grateful. And today I want us all to find our answers, of why should one be grateful, right? So let us find our own answers. And for that, I have 3 activities for you. And I would request you all to get hold of some loose papers and some pens so that we could do those activities and find our own answers. Okay. So if you have not got it, I will request you, I'll give you 30 seconds or so to grab a piece of paper. Any pen would do. Colored pens are nice, you love working with colored pens, and my friend Chandni knows, since we are in the same field of emotional intelligence. So
I'll get my colors.
Yes, that will
I
do.
have pen, but I'll get colors.
Yeah. You can always get some crayons, since this is my kit. I keep all of them with me. If you have, it'll be nice. Right. Good. So if you already have some reasons, now today I'm going to be exploring about being thankful. But in case some of you already have your reasons for why you should be thankful, you can always speak up. You can raise your hands and speak, or you could write it in the chat box. I'm okay with both. Have you ever thought of being grateful? Have you ever thought of being thankful? Do you practice gratitude? Any one of you? Okay, so fine, then let's find ways. Oh, lovely. So I have another friend coming in. That is good. Are you all ready with the piece of paper and pen? Done? Great. Hello, Hosh. Hello, Hosham. Great that you could be here. And we are doing some activities on the power of a grateful heart. And we're just about to begin with some activity where we have requested people to get hold of some loose papers and some pens. And I would love for you also to grab one if possible. Now, what I would like you to do is, I want you to think of a special person in your life. Somebody special whom you have a lot to thank for, whom you like, somebody you really appreciate. And I want you to think of that person. And then I would like you to take your paper and then draw a circle in the center of the paper like this. And then let us do some wonderful things. Let's draw a flower. So I'm going to draw 5 petals. I would request you all to draw 5 petals. You can always draw more later, but right now, I only want you to draw 5 petals like this. And in the center, I want you to either write the name of the person or the relationship you appreciate a lot. Faisalji, may I request you to go over to the next slide, please? So this is the person that I like. And let's say today, if I can think of, let me put my husband, a relationship that I like, somebody I'm grateful for, I'm grateful to, sorry. So I'm going to put husband in the center. And what do I do with the petals? I would like you to think of certain characteristics or positive traits or certain emotions that you see that person exhibiting, for which you like that person, for which you appreciate that person. I'm giving you an example. Let's say when I think of my husband, I find he's funny. And this is something I like about him. I feel he's kind. He's gentle. He's supportive. What more? Okay. He's loving. So these are the 5 things that I can immediately think of when I think of him. So I would like, and I put them here in the circles. I would like you all to also put any 5 things, positive traits, qualities, some emotions in those 5 petals. And I'll give you a minute to do that and not disturb you. Once you have done, just raise your hands so I know you have done. Okay. Okay, done. Let's say 10-15 more seconds for Shubham, for Osham, for Chandni, for sleepy Syed Faisal Zaidi. This is what I just saw. Okay, wonderful. So Hoshank is also done. Great, done. So if you're comfortable, Hoshank, you can switch on your camera if possible, if you're comfortable with it. Okay, so this is what my flower looks like. Would anybody like to share their flower and speak about it? Faisalji, I like you to just take out this presentation or take it away, something like that. Yes.
I'll share it again.
Share it again. So can we show off more flowers like this? Can we show off flowers like this? Can we have a group pic? Oh, great. If you have drawn, would you like to show it? Lovely. That's great. Shubham, would you like to show yours? Anything, even if you've not drawn 5, it's okay. It's perfectly okay. If you've drawn 2, if you've come up with 2 feelings, even that is okay. Okay, thank you so much. Now, I would like us to speak and talk and discuss. So, how did it feel when you were writing about the things that you really appreciate about somebody? And about this special person that you had thought of, how did it make you feel? Anybody? Just raise your hands or just speak about it. Yes, Chandni.
I was surprised, first of all, that I could think of 5. I also chose my spouse. And so, yeah, so like you were saying, a few similar things. So he's also very goofy and funny, and, there are, certain kind of jokes only he can pull off, and he's very fearless. I really appreciate that. Very confident, very fearless, very open-minded. He's, very open-minded on many levels, for gender, for various kind of other things as well. Very hardworking, and very loving and supportive. He can have his own mood, but I know in the end, it does come down to being very supportive of all of us in the family.
Wonderful, wonderful. Thank you so much for sharing, Chandni. Anybody else who would like to share?
Sure.
Yes, Hushan.
Okay, so I also was in a similar position, and I happened to choose my wife. Her name is Tina, so it's an anagram for there is no alternative. I had no choice. I had to choose. It was a bit mixed in the sense, the feelings. The question is, what was the feeling? And it was a bit mixed because initially there were some kind of contravening feelings. But anyway, then that feeling soon passed, and I could pen down the attributes that I really do appreciate and I'm in gratitude for. They are standard attributes. I don't think there's anything terribly new about them. Caring. She is very, very caring. She's very strong when the chips are down. She's extremely strong. She's humorous. I mean, she shares a joke. Sometimes we don't necessarily agree on the joke, but still it's a joke all the same. And then what else have I got? Yeah, she is. I've got doctor's handwriting. So I'm
right.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, she is very dedicated and family oriented, and the way she looks after the kids. I mean, she'd give her life for them, and I really appreciate that attribute. So that was one which came out pretty loud and strong. And lastly, she's I haven't been the best of husbands, so she stood by me right along the way, and I think that dedication, loyalty in itself is an attribute which I'm truly in appreciation of, and I'm in gratitude for, and that's about it.
That's so sweet. That's so sweet, and that's so wonderful. Thank you for sharing, Hoshan. Now, when you also said just now, when we start writing about the things that we appreciate about a person who's close to us, somebody we really appreciate, was it easy to immediately think of those 5 good things that you really like? Was it easy? Did it just come immediately? Did it take time? Shubham, what about you?
Generally we think that we know about the qualities of the person, but when we put down it to paper, it takes time as to uh, as to what are the qualities that are exclusive to her, like not the general ones, but what are the exclusive qualities of her, and like you think about it in your what has she done for you, or like what she is, what her qualities are. So like me, it took a time. Like generally I knew what she is, but to put it down to paper, it took time.
It took time. I agree. I agree. It doesn't come immediately. You have to
Yeah.
think, because we generally do not spend time thinking about the way that special person often makes us feel, and what is it that we experience with that person, because we know the person is there and we often tend to take the person for granted. The person is there and we don't think about these things, so it takes time. Seema, would you like to say something? Could you write those? Oh, lovely. When you wrote about those 5 feelings, do you think you could go on and on? Could you write more? Is it? I had asked you to just write 5 of them. Do you think you'll need to unmute yourself?
It was very easy to do this activity because there was I was feeling less petals. I need more petals to write all the qualities what my daughter has, because
Oh, lovely.
the most my favorite person, the whom I like the most, and whatever I wrote here, this is all true. And she's understanding, caring, great supporter, and responsible, and creative, and there are so many things. Suddenly, all things came to my mind, and it was very difficult. So I have to write here. You gave me only 5 petals, so it was difficult.
So it was
To make
difficult. So you can draw more. You can draw
yeah,
more petals, as many as you like. 5 was the basic. The minimum I wanted you to at
less
least
than
draw 5
30.
things.
All the things came into my mind actually.
Oh, that is lovely. So you can always draw more petals and you can fill your page. You can draw a large flower and tell me, now that you have written about all these feelings, right? What if
Yeah.
you were to go and tell the person, this person, this special person, if you were to go and give this special flower and say, this is what I drew about you, or I wrote about you, and these are the things that I really appreciate about you. If you were to go and do it, how would it make the person feel?
Definitely, she's going to feel very happy. Ki Mama likes me, admire me so much, and she drawn a picture, and she made a beautiful flowers. Or I mean, now she will take as a gift. But
Yes,
I
definitely. I'm sure she's going to frame
beautiful
it.
for her. It's a beautiful gift. What I just wrote.
Yes. And now I want you to think a little more and think that when you were thinking about these things about that person and the
Yeah.
kind of relationship that you have with that person who's been so supportive, who's been so loving, who's been so dedicated, etc., when you've written about this, how does it make you feel about the person?
Very strong bonding between both of us. So great bonding.
Okay.
So
Wonderful.
I felt lucky. I felt lucky.
I'm so
I
glad. I'm so
grateful
glad.
to God. I'm grateful to God. All the feelings was combo. There are so many feelings. There are so many feelings when you are asking all these questions, and you are talking about this emotional sentiments and things. As I wrote, rename my name Sentimental Seema. So there is these feelings means a lot for me, or I think anybody else. These things matters us. They are
Yes, they do.
meaningful to us.
They do.
It matters in our life. कि,
Definitely, definitely,
with
definitely,
emotions.
definitely. Would somebody else also like to share? How does it make you feel?
I felt a lot of love.
You felt a lot of love towards the
I felt
person?
a lot of love. Yeah, because she reciprocates.
Okay, right.
Whatever I've written down in the petals, yes, definitely it was not enough. I need more and more and more. And
Who did you write
this
about it?
abundance,
If I may ask?
yeah, it's my best friend for the last 25 years, Deepa.
Okay, lovely.
So I can't do without her. That was the first thought in my mind, that oh my God, if she's not there sometime, what am I going to do?
That's nice. That's nice. That's nice. So now you feel more warmth towards those people, right? A lot of things that you've not spoken to them, probably that you have not thought about them, all those have now come in, right? Wonderful, wonderful. So I'm sure I would request you, if possible, if you want, go and give this flower, this beautiful, appreciative flower to them. Okay. Then comes our second activity. And I'm going to be taking a debriefing of all the three activities at the end, right? So the activity number 2, there is more drawing. Okay. Another piece of paper, please. And then another flower. Can we all do that? Can we all draw another flower now? Now that you know how to draw a flower, and I've already taught you how to draw a flower, I'm so happy. The next time you draw a flower, you'll definitely think of me. So another, yes, Chandni.
Yeah, I just want to know, can we do it on the side, back side of the same paper? Is
Yes,
that okay?
yes. Yeah.
Or would we need it for something?
No, 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 that's okay. I also just turned my paper. You can take it. Right? You can. So, Shubham, would you like to draw another flower? No, you have to draw another flower. Okay. So, another circle and then a set of 5 petals again to begin with. And I'm sure you can always draw more petals whenever you feel like. Later at the end. Okay. This is activity number 2. And have you all drawn? Can I see your flowers? Great. Great.
I'm very bad in art.
No, no, Faisal ji, बिल्कुल wonderful. बहुत अच्छा बनाया. मेरा देखिए, petals are flying. They're not even with them. Oh, lovely. Chandni has made such a beautiful one. Shubham has also made such a lovely one. Thank you so much, Seema ji. Right. Hello, Asankhya. I'm glad you're here. Would you like to participate in the activity? So you have to draw.
Hello, Toastmaster Smita. I'm just returning home. I was out walking, so I'll just maybe get back and then start the activity.
Will do. Now, here in the center of the circle, I want you to write either the name of the relationship or the name of the person you feel troubled with. Somebody you're not very comfortable with. Somebody with whom you feel, I wish this relationship I could improve. That person's name I would like you to put in the center.
It can't be the same, can it? All right.
Let's try another one. With so many people in our lives, let's try another one.
Okay.
Oh. Could we do with the same person? No, we couldn't do that because the activity is going to be a little different. That is why. Somebody with whom I wish my relationship was better. And if she sees the recording, I don't know how she'll feel. I'm sure she'll understand. Is my mother. I wish my relationship was better with my own mom. So I'm going to be putting my mother here. Okay. And in the petals here, I would like you to, again, put those characteristics or traits or those emotions you appreciate about the person, even though you may not get along so well with that person. What are those things that, irrespective of how you are with that person, these traits are something that you really appreciate about that person? So I'll give you a minute while I also think of my own. I've written mine. In case anybody has written, they can raise their hands. Okay, great. We'll just wait for a few more seconds for others also to do it. Done. Shubham, have you written? Faisalji, you've written. Okay. So who would like to begin? Who would like to share? Yeah, I also have mine. I'll also share mine later. Let's begin with somebody else. Yes, Oshan.
So it's me again. And again, it happens to be a family member, and that's my daughter. Her name is Camelia, and I call her Kemi. She actually handles one stream of our business. She stays in Dubai, so it's kind of a remote operation that we have. So when you said relationship needs to be worked on, that's the first person that came to mind. And then the feeling was that what are the strengths and what do I really appreciate apart from her being my daughter? I mean, that's one thing, but what are the qualities and the attributes that really stand out as such? And what came to me was, first of all, she's very clever. She's the one that initially brought the business in, and she's really smart in the work, and she's a good manager, and you know she's pretty astute with the business. So I really appreciate that. She's very caring, extremely caring. Then whether it's about the staff that we have, or whether it's the dog, or whether it's the friends. So she's really, really caring. I think that's something nice about her. Extremely dependable. So that's faith and trust in getting something done. You know, she hangs on to it. She literally bites onto it, and she won't let go until that particular part is well covered, you know, completed. And she's kind. And I put in brackets to some, because some emotion came in over there. So again, since this exercise is about the emotion and about what one feels, there was a slight mixed emotion over there. But then again, the good feeling came back because she really is kind by and large, a lot. And she's honest. And that sometimes hurts again because she's too honest. And but overall, I think that's really a sterling quality. And the feeling generally after filling in the petals was one of gratitude, happiness, joy, all positive feelings. Thanks for that.
Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. I am really, really happy for you. Anybody else who would like to share? Yes, Toastmaster Syed.
As soon as you said this, I was like thinking that what name should I take, because it is over 3 years. I myself not good with anybody. So I wish I can make my relationship better with everyone, because since 2-3 years since the lockdown came, after that I was just not in the touch with anyone. Before that, I was lovable, and I'm sure still I'm lovable for them, but everyone, they love me, but I'm not now reacting the same what I was doing before.
So sorry, 1 minute, Faisalji. So have you written your name in the center of the petal here?
No, actually not. Then I have decided my maternal uncle. I have decided my maternal uncle because with everyone, I am not connected since 2-3 years, but I am not in good relationship with my maternal uncle since 15-16 years. I used to go and visit him, but it is not like before. He is so caring, shelter providing, and he is like a mentor, supportive, well-wisher. But I wish I could make my relationship a little better than previous.
Okay.
Thank you. It is really emotional thing to think.
So how difficult was or how easy was to fill up these petals as compared to the ones that we filled up before? Anybody?
Both were very easy. A fraction of second it came in my mind, because I always used to talk about my family. Whenever I get chance, I used to talk. Previously, I took two names. I put in the center two names, my parents and my Wi-Fi. I used to call my wife as Wi-Fi. So I took my two names on that time. It came in fraction of seconds. I filled the petals, and I wish I could have more petals. More than 5, as Seema ma'am and others.
In the first one. In the first one, right?
Both. Yeah.
In both the ones. Okay. What about you, Shubham? Would you like to share something? Could you find in the second one? Did you find a relationship that you're not comfortable with, and then find some good things about it, about that person?
Since we don't think much about them on a regular basis, so yeah, it generally takes time to write. I took the example of my grandmother. Like, she's loving, caring, funny, kind, and supportive. But for the past 5 to 6 years, we haven't been in touch. I had been to college, and I couldn't contact her much. And then when I came back, something just changed in me. Like, after the lockdown, I somehow changed. Like, I stopped being interactive. Stopped being interactive, and like, my family told me to just go out. I used to just remain at home. So some aspects of myself have changed, and since I'm not being interactive much, so like I have not been in touch with my grandmother for a very long time. So
you're not comfortable with your granny, and still you could find some good things to write about her?
Yeah.
Okay, wonderful. Now that we have actually done that, we have had 3 shares. I would like to ask you, how does it make you feel now in the second instance, where you wrote and thought about the positive traits of a person you're not very comfortable with? How does it make you feel right now? Okay.
Very mixed emotions.
Mixed emotions.
As it is, when I was writing it down, it was quite difficult for me to pinpoint her positive attributes.
But still, did you fill up some petals? Did you
Yes,
fill up?
I did. I filled up for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
5 petals. Wonderful.
I thought I'll have some more, but
okay. 5. So it was difficult for you to fill up these petals because you're not comfortable with the person, and still you have to think of the positive things about this person, or what the person is actually good in, right? Or what are the good things about this person? Okay. Now tell me, once you have done this exercise, do you think there is a shift in your perspective about this person? A little change in perspective? Have you experienced that? Or is it the same?
It's the same.
It's the same for you. Okay. Okay, fine. Anybody else? Faisalji, when you wrote about your maternal uncle and somebody you're not, let's say your relationships have been troubled with him, but then you thought of some good things about that person. So how did it make you feel? And do you think you feel a little differently about the person, or you feel the same about the person?
I completely feel this different thing about that person, because our relationship got bitter due to some negativity and due to some conflict of something. But later on, I'm realizing and I'm thinking that I should change my perspective, and I should improve this relationship with him.
Okay. So now, do you think you would like to show appreciation to this person? If you ever speak to this person again, or whenever you speak to this person again, when you interact with the person, do you think you will have a little more open mind while speaking to the person?
Yes, absolutely.
Will you be able to think of these good things?
Yes, 100%. Yes.
Okay. So what?
As you can see, despite of those negative and bitterness, I can think 5 better and positive things about him.
Positive things. Right, right. So again, when you thought of these positive things, it brought about a change in your feelings also, right? You said now you're feeling a little better about the person.
Yes.
Wonderful. You know what? You can also use this for a situation. Let's say there's a marriage that I have to go to, and I don't want to go and attend that marriage. Now, what do I do to make, how do I help myself to help me get dressed and still go and attend that marriage? I can wear this flower. I can write down in the center, going to the marriage. And then I can find some positive things about what is going to happen. Probably the flavor of the ice creams that I will get there, or probably the kind of dress I'll get and the compliments that I will get, or the kind of new friends that I'll make, whatever, something they could do. Asankhya, you have just joined in. Would you like to share something? Have you been able to, because you've just come?
Yeah, so I've been there for the last second, and yes, I actually was about to. I was not able to pen it down, but yes, I was thinking person. Then I don't have any, you can say, that kind of relationships or relationships I might want to work on. But when I maybe thought from the inside, I figured you can say it's like in your case, Toastmaster Smita, it's my mother only. I would like to maybe work on my relationship with my mother. That's what I was able to contemplate in the past maybe 5-10 minutes.
Okay, okay, Dan. So you would also like to speak about do about. So have you, any one of you, found some whys that we had begun with? Has any one of you found some whys or why we should be grateful? We have done 2 activities till now. We've shown appreciation, gratitude towards 2 people, one we like and one we are not very comfortable with. Have you found some whys, answer to whys? Okay, let's do one more activity quickly. Okay, one more flower quickly. Done. And in this 3rd flower, this is the last flower. One quick flower. And in this 3rd flower, whose name should we put? In this 3rd flower, the name that I put is me. And I want you to think of 5 reasons you will say thank you to yourself. 5 reasons of 5 things that you appreciate about yourself. Okay. Who would like to speak about this one?
Yeah.
Joy Jayati, would you like to speak about this one?
I feel I am responsible.
That you really, and you appreciate about this yourself, that you are responsible.
Yeah, I appreciate.
Okay.
Yeah, I have a lot of patience, and I am kind to people. I'm a go-getter, and I have a lot of, I am very, people can depend on me. I'm a responsible person.
Okay, lovely, wonderful. That's so lovely to hear. Anybody else who would like to share? Yes, Oshant.
You're making me share for all of them.
That's okay. Yeah. Anybody who volunteers, those who volunteer, I would love for them to speak.
I'm in gratitude, first of all, for my family and that I have this family. I'm really in gratitude for that. I'm going to make this really brief. I'm in gratitude for my health. That
Hosh, these are not the things that you are grateful for. These are the things that you appreciate about your own self.
I appreciate that about myself, that I'm healthy.
Oh, good, great.
I appreciate this about myself, and the part of that I have brought about this family, and it's so wonderful for me. I appreciate that I have worked so hard and I have created some wealth for myself. I also appreciate that due to several different circumstances, I have a good sense of mental stability and a deep sense of gratitude within me. And mostly I appreciate about myself is my capacity to love and be loved.
Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Anybody else who would like to share? Shubham. Okay, Toastmaster Syed.
No, if no one is raising their hand, then I can go. If someone wants to share.
Actually, Seema, you have not spoken for a while. Would you like to share something?
Actually, I love myself a lot for everything. There are many qualities what I like about myself, and because of those qualities, I'm me. I'm special in my my thoughts, in my dreams, and I love myself. Like I love and love myself for everything.
Well done. Well done.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Congratulations.
Tell me, how many times do we actually show appreciation to ourselves? How many times do we stand in front of the mirror and say, hey, I love you. Hey, I'm so proud of you. How many times do we do that? Or do you think that
every minute of the day, every single minute of the day, we should appreciate ourselves.
Awesome. No, we should. I agree, we should. But do we do that? Do you do that?
Yes, of course.
Oh, lovely.
I never do.
Same here. I also never do. I'm used to criticizing myself for every single thing.
So I've been there, Joyati, I've been there. And a friend, and Chandni, my dear friend, would vote for, would vouch for that. I've been there. And now when I think of some nice things to appreciate about myself, it's taken a while for me to reach a point where I can call myself, oh, I'm loving. Oh, I think I'm sexy, is what I tell myself. But this is what I do, because now I feel and I tell myself and I appreciate this about myself. Faisalji, what about you? You were wanting to share.
First thing, this is in my upbringing, that never ever criticize yourself or in your situation. Always be thankful, be grateful, whatever you have, because there is somebody, even they don't have those things. So whatever you have, whatever is the situation you are in, say thanks, be grateful for everything. And for myself, I have some tag also. People used to call me I, me, myself. They used to call me I'm self-obsessed. I always talk about myself. If you will tell me to talk, I will maybe write a novel on myself, on my praising and those things. So I wrote here, I am strong, emotional, caring, respecting others, and I have a lot of patience. So these 5 petals I have filled with this.
Wonderful. Then my question now is directed to Joyati and Shubham. Okay. So now it was difficult for you to write and think about what you appreciate about yourself. But now that you have done, could you write something? Could you find something? Did you write something in your petals?
Yeah.
You did, right? So we'll just ask each of you to us and to tell us, how did it make you feel when you wrote and appreciated yourself?
Like, first of all, I don't think much about myself. Since currently in the last 2-3 years I'm working hard, so I don't have time to think much about myself. So yeah, these 5 to 10 minutes gave me time to think about myself, like what I was good at initially. So like, I used to be adventurous in my college. Like, I used to go on a solo ride to somewhere, like let's go in early morning to have a bike ride and go to some beach and all. So I used to be adventurous, but now I don't think so. I don't even wake up early. Like I just have to go and do office work and then just sleep down and do, like watch a movie and that's it.
Has it reminded you of the things that you love about yourself and the things that you should again like to do?
Yeah.
Okay, wonderful. Jayati, what about you?
There was a revelation. This particular trait, which I wrote down about myself, I felt good after writing it and realizing, oh my God, really I did that. Because in one of the petals, I wrote go-getter. And I did install some state-of-the-art machines at my nursing home, and everybody told me that you're not going to make it. You have to sell off your property, you'll have to sell off your house, even then you won't be able to, shoulder that responsibility. But after 6 years, it's all through, and
wow,
that's that's a revelation. So
how did it make you feel, this revelation?
It was a revelation. My God, I felt, yeah, I have this trait in me. I can, and I will. That kind of a feeling,
Lovely. So we have appreciated, like we've done 3 activities now, right? All about appreciating, not only, let's say we took a person we really like, somebody who we appreciate every other day. Probably we don't speak about it to the person. Somebody we are not very comfortable with, but we tried and find the positive traits, and then we looked into ourselves and we found, what is it that I am very good at? What is it that I appreciate about myself? We did that, right? So have you found some answers to whys? The power of a grateful heart, as I called it initially in this. And I asked you, why should you be grateful? Of all these activities that you did you find any answers to the why?
Sure.
Okay. Yes, Ushank.
Sure, I think the activities were spot on. The first one was a mood setter, which is really nice. The second one was a switch exercise, kind of how you use your cerebral cortex and your brain to influence your emotion and your feelings. So that was very nice. And the third is just pure self-appreciation, and that is always very, very good. So yes, I think that the exercises were extremely fruitful in terms of realizing gratitude, and that gratitude is a feeling. It's not a thought, it's a feeling.
It's not a thought, it's a feeling. Yes. So I was reading somewhere about gratitude, and I came across this small write-up by Dr. Amy Keller, who's a doctor of psychology in psychoanalysis. And she wrote that experiencing gratitude activates neurotransmitters like dopamine, which we associate with pleasure, and serotonin, which regulates our moods. It also causes our brain to release oxytocin, a hormone which induces feelings like trust and generosity, which promotes social bondings and feeling connected. Now, let me highlight feeling connected, bonding. Let me also highlight trust. Let me highlight pleasure. Let me highlight happiness. Did you find these emotions when you were writing these activities, when you were writing these things in the petals? Did you experience these things regarding these different people?
Sure.
So this is what I call the power of the grateful heart. That when we are grateful, when we are in gratitude, it helps in fostering meaningful relationships. It helps in letting go of what's not important. And then you begin to think of what's good. Let me focus there. It helps you in finding peace and contentment. It helps you in growing. It helps you in your own transformation. In experiencing that positive well-being and the joy that you've been longing to feel, it somehow just, it's like as if the latch has been broken. It's all inside that box and it's freed. and you're able to experience that fully, because you tend to look at something else. You tend to look at the good things. You tend to be thankful for what is present there and not look for what is probably not there. It leads to a deeper sense of meaning and purpose in life. And yes, when you look into yourself and you start appreciating yourself, it helps in finding self-worth. And that is why a grateful heart is so, so powerful. And I hope you have found some meaning in this workshop today. I loved interacting with each one of you and the kind of experiences that you spoke about. I'm so thankful to you for sharing, for trusting in me to be able to come out and speak about this. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Smita.
No,
Thank you. It was wonderful. It was wonderful.
I'm so glad. I'm so happy.
Right.
SLG, the stage is
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Toastmaster Smita. I am feeling if we can do this exercise every week, then you can conquer the world. Trust me, the energy, enthusiasm, and excitement I'm having this time. Just you can see in the chat box, I said immediately tomorrow morning, I'm going to call everyone and patch up my relationship with everyone. Thank you so much for this. Thank you so much for this. And as we said in the beginning that our member has conducted one workshop. Now I would like to hear from all the audiences here one commendation and one recommendation for our member where she has done great and where she can improve by presenting any workshop or something. Let us start with Hoshan because he was participating a lot. Hoshan, your feedback on this workshop.
Yeah, so my feedback is that this is a very blunt feedback. I myself am a complete gratitude believer. I have had the opportunity to do several different types of workshops on this, and yet today's was a lovely little setup. The exercises were unique. It still evoked the feelings, and I am really thankful, Smita. You have done a really wonderful and tremendous little thing with very good interaction also. I just want to add something here, if I may.
Yes, please.
I'm just trying to differentiate between thought and feeling. The statement that you made, Amy Geller, also, it's very relevant and it's thrown all over the place. And in reality, what actually happens is only the neurons that fire do they wire. So gratitude too is a repetitive task.
Absolutely.
For example, if I tell my secretary, pick up the phone and say, Taisokam, good morning, she'll pick up and say hello. And I'll say, no, don't do that. Say, good morning, Taisokam, or good afternoon, Taisokam. But she'll still say hello until after a while, automatically it comes to her. So that muscle memory or the neurons wiring, gratitude also works like that. If you're constantly in gratitude, then it sort of builds into you. And therefore, I quite agree with what Sayed, who's not sleepy, said, that you can have repetitive programs and they will always benefit us. Now I've spoken too much. So thanks very much.
No, not at all. Not at all. Wonderful. Thank you so much. And very truly spoken. Very truly spoken.
Moving forward, let's hear feedback from our Chandani Kapoor.
As I said in the beginning, I was here to really, experience and enjoy the way her Smita's enthusiasm and her, way of putting across things. So I was absolutely not, disappointed. I really enjoyed. The activities were really very good, and I could connect with a lot of, things that I've all learned, and I could actually see it in practice, how it was happening. And I really appreciate her enthusiasm and how she went about with the exercise, how she connected emotions and gratitude, the feeling of gratitude along with the other emotions that we have with all, people we like, we don't like, and ourselves. And so it was really great. And what I would want to probably tell Smita would be that, maybe certain, especially this last one and the negative relation one is something maybe we can spend a little more time with everybody to kind of really circle it back and, go settled like you are right now, Smita. Settled, Smita.
Great, great. Yeah. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Chandni. Moving forward to Jayati, what is your feedback on this workshop for Smita? Any recommendation and commendation? Over to you.
I loved it because I discovered traits in myself which I don't think I possessed. And I developed feeling for someone I had already bracketed as an enemy. So that's a host of feelings which is a complete turnaround and made me look inside me that within minutes it happened. So thank you, Smita. Thank you so much. I don't have any recommendations.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Jayati. Sentimental Seema, your feedback on this workshop.
I found this wonderful workshop. As immediate after effect, I can share one thing with you. My daughter came to me just to give me a glass of water, and she saw I showed her this picture, and she was really happy, and she gave me a tight hug, and she said to me, "Mama, can I share this on my Insta?" And so all I can say, this workshop, I can give this I can give a name to this workshop, relation repair workshop.
Yes. Great compliment for you, Toastmaster Smita.
And we found inside out. In Hindi we say na कि दिल के अंदर ना रखो निकालो बाहर. Right? So take out your feelings, deep feelings, which we never share with our close ones. We never share. So in all means, this is a great workshop. This was a great workshop, and you should continue with these type of workshops in future also. I found this.
Hey, thank you so much, Toastmaster Smita and Toastmaster Seema as well. Shubham, this was your first Toastmaster interaction. How did you feel?
Well, I have nothing much to add on the activities. It gave me an opportunity to ponder over the feelings of appreciation that I have for others and for myself as well, which I usually don't think about much. So thank you, Smita, for conducting such wonderful activities.
All right. Great, Shubham. Thank you for attending our meeting today, and we are looking forward to seeing you more. Asank, after a long time, our most lovable, dependable Toastmaster in the area director. Asank, what is your feeling and feedback about this workshop?
So, and recommendation also.
Yes, recommendation
also, so that we can better our performance. Okay.
No, definitely. So first and foremost would definitely be the energy and how you carried away the entire workshop, and secondly and most importantly how you involved each and everyone. So you made sure whoever, you can say, you made sure you remembered, we can say, whoever has not spoken for some time, you made sure that the person gets a chance and spoke. So that was one thing. So this was something wherein everyone was involved, and I cannot think about any recommendations as such. So this was one of, you can say, those perfect workshops that I attended. I will definitely think. So I am actually just in the second half only. I attended the same. So maybe that's why only commendations for now.
Thank you.
But actually, in fact, I was also trying to find out, observe, and thinking that what recommendation should I give to Toastmaster Smita. But I felt you did a marvelous job and amazing. We don't have any recommendation for that. Thank you so much for conducting such a nice workshop. And now we are on our closing time now. We will call it a day. And thank you so much to everyone for joining our meeting today, and keep attending our meetings. We have a lot of amazing stuff similar to this. Next week, we have presentation. We can call a presentation meeting where our member will come, demonstrate their skill of presenting anything, which can be PowerPoint presentation, marketing ideas, business ideas, or any kind of stuff which is related to the leadership skill and entrepreneurial stuff. Thank you so much for joining in. I'm handing over the virtual stage to Toastmaster Smita. She will conclude and close the meeting. Over to you, ma'am.
Thank you so much. And I just wanted to add one more thing, that the activity that I actually did today, the emotional EI facilitators, we conduct some pop-up festivals every year where we take up such activities, and they are in collaboration with the 6 Seconds. It's an emotional intelligence network. And in collaboration with the activities of 6 Seconds, we conduct pop-up festivals every year. So this activity was part of the kit from the pop-up festival. Okay, and they're available on the net. A lot of other activities are also there for you to browse through, and obviously take it up with other people also that you would love to speak about such things. So thank you so much. You've been a wonderful audience. And at NVezion Toastmasters Club, let me just reiterate, we are here, we are a club with a difference. Here we not only follow the format of a Toastmasters Club where we do speeches and impromptu speeches and evaluations, we also take up other things, like we take up keynote speeches, we call industry experts, we conduct workshops, and we do a whole lot of other things, the way we will also be doing next week. And we will have another speaker here to speak to you on a different topic. He will be presenting. So I would look forward to all of you joining us there next week also. So thank you for coming, and thank you for your feedback. I love the recommendations. I am thankful for the commendations, and I will try and do a better job next time. So thank you so much.
Thanks, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Good night. Good night, everyone. Bye-bye. Good night. Have a nice time. Good night. Good night.
Bye. Yes,
All set.
Master Faisal.
बहुत